Mike Jones Beats.
BBN Jack Frost, what's up, party people? How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody had a beautiful day. Real quick, I wanted to have an open discussion today for multiple different reasons, but before we go anywhere, I want to say, rest in peace to Joe Louis Clark. For everybody who don't know who Joe Clark was actually a, there was a movie made about him. You ever heard of the movie Lean on Me? Anybody here ever heard of the movie Lean on Me? Anyway, the movie Lean on Me, it came out in about 89, I believe, 88, 89 or something like that. The movie Lean on Me was based on Joe Clark. Joe Clark was a principal at a school in New York City that walked around with a baseball bat and suspended 300 students in one day. This is the article right here on the BBN Network. Go check it out. Also, while you're there, you might want to go to the BBN store. But this is the article on the BBN Network. Go check it out. It's about Joe Clark. Look how we got them graphics coming in. Shout out to Eric Mack doing new dope stuff. Shout out to Eric Mack. Also, shout out to LV the Slap. As you can see, he got I know I could change right there at the bottom of the jump off. Go check out the article. Rest in peace to Joe Clark. He died at 82. He was definitely an inspiration. It was crazy because Ronald Reagan even wanted to hire him. I'm telling you, Ronald Reagan even wanted to hire him for a cabinet position. Ronald Reagan, a lot of individual that a lot of people say was extremely prejudicial, right? Extremely prejudiced guy. So R.I.P. to Joe Clark. Let's have a moment of silence if y'all don't mind. With that being said, I have something that I want to show y'all. I wish I had it hooked into the computer. I need to move all of this stuff over. I take a voice call this today, right? So for everybody that don't know, most mornings the team, my team, hits me up. Well, part of the team. I got more than one team. Hits me up and we do voice. We do FaceTime in the morning and we talk about what the show's gonna be about or whatever the case gotta be, right? So they hit me up this morning. So I was eating one of these things right here, right? That's why I had white shit on the corner of my mouth and shit. It was looking like I was doing stuff I don't do. I don't know what to tell you. I thought I almost dropped my coffee. I don't know what to tell you. I would have caught it, by the way. So I got a thing that I want to show y'all. Let me get ready to get that ready. But before we do any of that right there, let's give appreciation to everybody who did drops yesterday. Also, today we looking for 7 to 10 $10 drops to the Cash App. I'm going to say that early. We're looking for 7 to 10 $10 drops to the Cash App. I always forget to say anything about Cash App or anything about donations to so late in the show. So I want to make sure that I say it a little bit earlier today. Appreciate you, Miss Lady. Let's call the drops from yesterday real quick, and then we're gonna get on with the show. Make sure everybody hear what we got going on over here. And there's a reason why we're still talking about Meek Mills, because I want to have a much deeper discussion, not just about Meek Mills, but just about artists in general that think that it's to their benefit to be in the public eye more. Not everybody is to their benefit. Anyway, shout out to Liberty Hazelton with the $4.99 drop. Shout out to James S with the $5 drop. Shout out to DZ with the $5.10 drop. And shout out to Taj Caesar with the $5 drop. Also, shout out to Rain with the $100 world I forgot what we call it, after party drop, the $100 after party drop. Definitely appreciate you. Alright, so let's get into this. First, let's do roll call real quick. What up, Brian Spikes Hopkins? How you doing this morning? Salute, my brothers. It's top of the morning to everyone. LB23, Oakland, California. Salute to the Bay. Who else we got up in here? What up, DSTN? Sean Moore. There ain't nobody calling you Dustin. I don't care what your wife says. Sean Moore. What up, Miss Lady? Says, hey, Jack and BBN family. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you too, baby girl. Okay. Who else we got up in here? What up, James S? James S says, salute, Frost. BBN family. What up, Liberty Hazelton? We got Lib up in the house. He says, rise and grind, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. You already know what it is. What up, Salty Sacks Creation? Salute everybody out here in Greer, South Carolina. Also, Salty, I've been looking for stuff to repost from you. I've been assuming that people didn't want that many reposts over the holidays, so that's why I haven't been reposting but so much. But I reposted like 1 or 2 in the last like 4 or 5 days or whatever the case got to be. Who else we got up in here real quick? What up, Queen Shy? Says good morning, Frost, BBN fam. I don't remember. Did he lock the kids in the school? Sean Moore said, where dude locked the kids in the school? All I know is he suspended 300 kids in one day. And the kids tried to get back into school. So that's how you know shit is crazy. No, hold on. Am I misremembering that movie? He suspended, in the movie, he suspended 300 kids in one day. And there was kids still trying to get back into school after they were suspended. Were they trying to get back into school to sell their drugs? I can't remember why they was trying to get back into school. But I believe there was kids trying to get back into school and shit. I was like, really? What up, Daddy Fat Stacks? What up, other Liberty Hazelton? How you doing? And thank you very much, Miss Lady. Says, you look good, Frost. Appreciate that. What up, Mark Hernandez? Suzette Carbuckle. How you doing this morning? Prince to Amir here. Shout out to Prince to Amir. He locked him in. Fucking that guy was an animal. No, they say he locked him. He locked him. I thought he locked him out the school. No, he did lock them in the school. That's a fact. He wouldn't put chains on all the doors so the kids couldn't go out during school hours. Wait, that was a fact. Shout out to that shit, yo. That was a fact. Yo, I'm going to tell you a real quick story about when I was in high school. So I used to go to Truman. So that's Truman in Co-op City. So they had this thing when I was going there. I forget what section it was, but I believe it was like section 5. And Valley used to always be beefing. It's section 5 or section 3. And Valley used to always be beefing. So you should always be shooting at each other. So what happened was when I first started going to school there, we were able to leave out and go get lunch and leave out, like go in and out the school as whatever we wish. For what happened was there was so many shootings over there because for everybody that don't know, when I went to Truman, it was seen as a good school at that time. I mean, for a New York City high school, it was a pretty good school. So what happened was, and we had a freaking observatory. Not an observatory, you know, the shit that like put the maps and everything up on the ceiling so you could like look at the stars, and like we had some dope shit there. But hold on. James S said he locked them in so the dealers couldn't get in. Check this out. So at the school, they made it so you couldn't go outside no more. Like it was like maybe my second or third year there. They was like, yo, look, we're not letting people go outside no more because there's just too many shootings. Kids is getting shot during school hours. I'm gonna tell you the dope shit, and this is why it's just so. It's so smart to just be a cool dude that don't do nothing to nobody. You're just in your own lane. You're just doing your own shit. I used to go outside still every single day and go get breakfast when I could. Every single day. Why? Because the freaking security guards fuck with me. And let me in and back out the building and waited for me to go get my shit and come back most of the time. So when people come and they be trying to talk trash about me or whatever the case is, I'm like, yeah, but I always been popular. For real. Anyway, just a story I wanted to share. I've always been popular, homie. I'm just, for real. It's not a game. This isn't an act. I've always been popular. I've always known everyone and everything cool. I've always been a cool dude. With that being said, I want to have a conversation with y'all about something today. I saw somebody post something. God damn it, this Porsche shorty is just super bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm at that age where if I look at a woman and she don't got no kids, I'm like, what's wrong with her? Like, nobody wants to put a baby up in that? What the hell? I ain't gonna lie. If I look at a woman, she like in her late 20s, early 30s, and I'm like, you ain't got no kids? Like, I don't see that as a good thing. I know. I'm looking at her like, nobody wanted to put a baby up in there? What in the hell? How do you get that old? Nobody. Then nobody wanted to put a baby up in you. That's what I be thinking. Hold on, I got something I want to show y'all real quick. Am I wrong for thinking that, by the way? What up, Queen Shy? I think I said your name. I might have missed it. Am I wrong for thinking that way? Like, I see a female, she like 30-something years old, late 20s. She ain't got no kids. She's not saying that she has a medical condition, that she can't have no kids. Then in that case, I'm like, I'm sorry about that, baby girl. But she just don't want no kids or just don't. I'm like, nobody put a baby up in you? You know what day and age we live in? They putting babies in everything. I got a clip of King I'll let this speak for itself.
It's something to.
Hold on. I let this speak for itself.
See, a lot of people look at Big Durk and they see a figure which they think is something to glorify, something that's famous, something that to look up to. You You can't look up to something like that on my past like that when I was an instrument of the destruction of my own neighborhood. The very person that I come to hate about the way they did my mother selling her these drugs, I became that person. I became that individual that helped put another person's mother in that same situation. That helped put another person's father, sister, brother, auntie in that same situation. I don't want no one to think that glorifying what I did back then was a thing that you can sit up here and say, hey, he's like that, he's like that. No, I'm not like that because I destroyed myself. I destroyed my community. I was destroying my people. See, a lot of people look at Big Durk and they see a figure which they think is something to glorify, something that's famous, something that to look up to. You know, you can't look up to something like that on my past like that when I was an instrument of the destruction of my own neighborhood. The very person that I come to hate about the way they did my mother selling her these drugs, I became that person. I became that individual that helped put another person's mother in that same situation. That helped put another person's father, sister, brother, auntie in that same situation. I don't want no one to think that glorifying.
Why did I just do that? Anyway, we played it already one time. I want to comment on what he said. I'm going to play it one more time straight through. Hold on. And I have something else to tell you. This is Big Durk, I believe. This is Little Durk's father. Now I'll play this again. And just so we could be clear, right? Hold on. I just want to be clear about something. If a female tells me that she doesn't have any kids because she's actually a businesswoman and she doesn't have time, there's nothing wrong with that. That's great. But that's not what a lot of people are saying. All right? You're the outlier. But if somebody is choosing not to have kids because they're working on their professional life, because they have dreams and aspirations that they're trying to reach, and it'll be more difficult if they had a child with them, there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to be clear on that. All right? I want to be clear. I want to be 100% transparent. But I'm not talking about them. Okay? I'm talking about the females that's out here in the clubs all night, the hot girls. I'm talking about the females that you pull up on them and they can drink their weight in alcohol. I'm talking about them. I'm talking about the chicks that drink Henny straight. I'm talking about them. Just so we can be clear. She ain't answered me. I said, Adina, what city do you live in? She never answered me, so I was going to leave that alone. She says she lives in Virginia Beach. Oh, damn. She a cutie, too. I see that picture. Okay. I need a vacation. Anyway, point being, I want to play this one more time. Listen to what he says. For everybody that didn't know who was speaking, this is Little Durk's father. This is Little Durk's father.
Look at Big Durk and they see a figure which they think is something to glorify, something that's famous, something that to look up to. You know, you can't look up to something like that on my past like that when I was an instrument of the destruction of my own neighborhood. The very person that I come to hate about the way they did my mother selling her these drugs, I became that person. I became that individual that helped put another person's mother in that same situation. That helped put another person's father, sister, brother, auntie in that same situation. I don't want no one to think that glorifying what I did back then was a thing that you can sit up here and say, hey, he's like that, he's like that. No, I'm not like that because I destroyed myself. I destroyed my community. I was destroying my people. See, a lot of people look at Big Durk and they see a figure.
I wanted to play that, right? Because that's literally the mindset that people that's a big homie that made a mistake and did whatever he did for whatever his reasons was, and now he's like at least in this interview, he's saying we need something different. Shout out to Mike Son and them. That's their term. That's their slogan. Need something different. We all need something different. Because what's happening really ain't working. And I just wanted to play that because we're going to be doing a little Durk conversation. So I wanted to play that. Somebody sent that to me. But check this out. Let me show y'all something else somebody just sent to me. Yo, so in the COVID-19 bill, it has a UFO disclosures. What up, dog soldier? So they have UFO. They have to be disclosuring of. Hey, Adina Johnson, do you got me on IG? I'm just curious. This is a random question. Look. See, now, I don't know if they messing with our heads. I don't know if they messing with our heads. They might be messing with our heads, man. They might be messing with our heads. I'm telling you, that's what might be happening. They might be out there just messing with us. No damn well, they ain't no damn... Okay, so this is what, just so we can be clear, I'm not trying to say that there's no way that a UFO could exist. Literally, if I flew a kite, you looked at it, did not know what it was, that's a UFO. Just so we can be clear. So I'm not saying that that UFOs don't exist. I'm not even saying aliens don't exist, because check this out. If an angel came to the planet and we didn't know what an angel was, guess what we would call angel? An alien, right? It's something that came and was foreign. Anything foreign that is not describable or unwanted is alien, correct? Just saying. Oh, can't put this. Okay, yeah, vote early, everybody. I'm gonna remove that middle finger though. But everybody, vote early. Let's vote as early as possible. Let's make sure that all the votes are in immediately. I cannot put this up. I really do want to put this up. But I don't know if I want this video demonetized. Shout out to Bree Powell. The sniper. Anything could be possibly looked at who are talking is hiding the information. Yo, they talking about... Yo, but do you understand what the real problem is? That's supposed to be a COVID relief bill. Why all of this shit is in there that don't got nothing to do with COVID? They just named it a COVID relief bill. The Most High is alien by definition. That's a fact. Alien the most. Yo, they just named it the COVID relief bill just so they could get everything that they wanted passed. That shit ain't no COVID relief bill. They don't even want to give us money for COVID relief. They don't even want to give niggas money for COVID relief. How is it they just tricking people? I don't know no way to tell you, man. People just fall for all the shenanigans. I'm gonna go get the COVID relief, and I'm gonna invest in the stock market. That's what I plan on doing. Oh, maybe I should just get the COVID relief, and that's gonna help me get an apartment. Just slap all that money together. Maybe we do that. That's what we gonna do. But I advise everybody that already has your own apartment, when you get your COVID relief money, invest that shit in the stock market. telling you. You're trying to create generational wealth, right? You see, we already think to we're trained in America. We're trained in it's a business. That's why it's called a bill. And we're trained in America to think so selfishly. So selfishly. That we don't even think about, most people don't think about what they leaving to their kids until they about to die. Think about that. Most people don't think about what they're going to leave to their kids till they about to die. Think about that. Nah, I'm not telling nobody to pay their rent. You know why I'm not telling nobody to pay their rent? Because it's $2,000 check. At best, you're going to be able to pay 1 month rent. And you're going to be right back where you started. But if somebody want to pay their rent, I'm not going to say don't. It's $2,000. You're going to pay 1 month's rent. You're going to be right back where you started in 30 days. You're going to be right back in the same situation. But if you take that money and you make that money work for you, you just got to beef for a little while, and then hopefully you'll be at a point where your money will be working for you. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying neither which one is wrong. I want to have a conversation about this Clubhouse shit, and so that's why we got Meek Mill up on the docket, and that's why we got DJ Akademiks up on the docket. I got a question. Who thinks all of this access to artists is bad for the artists? I'm just curious. How many of you think that all of this access to the artists is bad for the artists? Because in my opinion, Meek Mills is making himself look. Meek Mills is just an individual who I think should just never get on social media. Never. I don't think he should never get on social media. I think they should just tell him, dude, you got to stay off social media. I don't know what video you're talking about, Mike Jones. I don't know what video you're talking about. Because I think why do people always want to argue with me? If you want to pay your rent, go pay your rent. It's going to be 1 month rent. You're still going to be out. You're still going to be back 10 or 12 months, right? Do pay your rent. Don't listen to nothing I got to say about that. Just go pay your rent, and you're going to be able to pay your rent 1 month, and then you're still going to get kicked out anyway. So go do that. I'm not here. What the fuck, yo? You think if somebody owes somebody $15,000 in rent, $20,000 in rent, you think paying them that one rent, you owe somebody, if somebody owes you, let's say you got, let's do some math real quick, because I hate when people do this. Like, I'm trying to move on, but we have to stay talking about a topic, because, you know, these people are supposed to be on my team, but they're going to slow the show up. Hold on. Let's say your rent is $1,500 a month, right? That's low. Let's say you wasn't able to pay rent for, let's say, 8 months. Boom. Right? That's $12,000. You owe your landlord $12,000. You pay your landlord $2,000. You still owe him $10,000. He's gonna say, "Oh man, I'm not gonna kick you out because you only owe me $10,000. You don't owe me $12,000." Now, who thinks that's a thing? Who think that's a thing? Somebody tell me who thinks that's a thing. So you should take your last little bit of money that you get and pay it into something that you can never pay off. That makes perfectly good sense. Everybody should do that. Everybody should go throw bad money after good money after bad money. Always do that. No, Meek absolutely does not know how to communicate. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. Also, I live in New York City where I know people that just did the thing that he told people that you should do and they still get evicted. So, I live in New York City. Anybody else here live in New York City? Anybody else here live in New York City? I got a question. Anybody else here live in New York City? Anybody else here live in New York City? I'm curious. Because I want to know who thinks that if you owe your landlord $12,000 and you give him $2,000 and you still owe him $10,000 with no more money coming in, that he's going to say, okay, I'm not going to kick you out on the street. Who thinks that? I'm just curious. You owe your landlord $12,000. You pay him $2,000 with no money coming in. Yes, that was a low rate. I gave the low money on purpose. It would be way more than that. You go do what you want with your money. I'm telling you to make your money work for you. You're going to be uncomfortable. You might be uncomfortable. No, of course not. This is what I mean by whenever I say something, people feel like they have to say the opposite of what I'm saying. Like I'm saying something wrong. Thank you. You're still getting evicted. Now you dead broke. Thank you. I'm not wrong about everything. Like, what the hell? That's the reason why Cuomo said no evictions till March or May, something like that. He actually extended it. Shout out to Cuomo for that. He's done a lot of bullshit. Rule said you'll be a fool to pay your landlord. I don't know. Do whatever you want to do, man. I'm not going to tell you what not to do. But I'm going to... You know how much money people would have right now if they took their first stimulus bill and would have invested in the stock market? Because the stock market blew up like crazy over this whole entire thing. If they would have took their first stimulus bill and invested in the stock market, I got a person y'all need to go follow. Y'all know I don't really genuinely speak and be like, yo, y'all got to go follow this person. But I have somebody that y'all need to go follow. He be covering stock stuff. Okay. Angela Simmons is a whole baddie. Don't let nobody tell you different. We got a guy I need to follow. Dr. Boyce Watkins. Anybody know who Dr. Boyce Watkins is? God dang it. Okay, hold on. I don't know how his IG is spelled. That's the problem. Anyway, so there's a guy named Dr. Boyce Watkins on IG. I don't know how to... When I see his... Hopefully I find something and then I could reshare it with y'all. There we go. This is his the real Voice Walkers. This is his channel. Go follow him. He talks about a lot of shit, mostly like black shit, to be honest with you. But he also talks about financial literacy. He also speaks about financial literacy. And that advice that I just gave you actually came from him. He's been instructing people that if they give you the stimulus check, do what to invest it. Because there's a lot of people that invested their last stimulus check and now they got to the bag because the stock market went through the fucking roof. T. Willis Sr. says Dr. Boyce is extremely good source for sound investing strategy and ideas. That's where I got the information from. You could do with it what you want to do with it. Just so we could be clear. Julio Medina says the bank offered to let 3 months slide, but then afterwards you owe them 3 months. It's like I said, it's what you're going to choose. I have a $5 stock that is now 120. It's money to be made. So you do what you want to do. I just tried to give people a little bit of advice that I thought was good advice. Maybe it's bad advice. What the heck do I know? Lovely E says, good. What up, Lovely E? She says, good morning, Frost, everyone in the BBN. Yeah, maybe it's bad advice. What the fuck do I know? I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, back to this Meek Mill thing. Y'all do understand what they're trying to do, right? I'll explain. Everybody thinks this podcasting, talking on camera, hey, look at them buildings in the background. You see them buildings? You see them buildings? You see them buildings? Boom, the sun. Everybody thinks this podcasting thing, this talking on camera thing, everybody thinks this is easy. Everybody thinks this is simple. Thank you, Lovely E. The landlord's still going to kick you out. But you can give them your money and then get kicked out. That's the point I'm trying to make. Why not, right? This is the point I'm trying to make about I think that these artists have way too much access against them. Pardon me. I think they have way too much access just in general. One of the mystiques about an artist is when there's limited access. It's when there's limited access. Because when there's limited access, that's one of the mystiques of an artist. Think about it like this. A lot of y'all don't remember when Madonna was a thing. But there was a point where Madonna was a thing. Like she was one of the biggest artists on the planet. This is not hyperbole. These are facts. Now, while she was at, I'm not going to say the peak, but when she was really high, where she was at, she dropped that book. Anybody remember when Madonna dropped that book? Madonna dropped a book, and it was just pictures of her with people. That's it. It was just a picture with her and people. I don't even know if the damn thing had words in it. The book sold like crazy. The book helped other people's careers. The point that I'm making is that because they were trying, okay, I'm not going to let that go through, Julio, but I get your point. The point in which I'm trying to make is, since they were very careful with Madonna's image by not allowing but so much access to her, when the book dropped, it was something that people wanted. The problem with Clubhouse is this. Who wants more Meek Mills? Is there a group of people somewhere sitting around like, yo, I can't wait for Meek to drop? You want to know why Playboy Cardi sold 100 and whatever the fuck thousand he did first week? When was the last time Playboy Cardi dropped an album? When was the last time Playboy Cardi dropped an album? What up, Cynthia? Eric Mack says, Joe Budden mentioned this morning on his podcast his uses of Clubhouse may be a misstep and he already got out of hand. You want to know what it showed? I'm going to tell you what happens. If I have a disagreement with you, right? I'm going to talk about the thing. I'm not shooting at your character. You might be a good person. I might just be disagreeing with you. I'm not trying to make you look bad. Because first of all, what kind of sense does that make for me sitting around arguing with somebody that I don't have a reasonable esteem for? Right? That's kind of stupid. If you think somebody's an idiot and you're sitting around arguing with them, you're basically also saying you're an idiot. What are you doing arguing with this person that you don't even have an esteem for? That doesn't make sense. So you 100% of the time, when I'm having a disagreement with somebody, you will hear me talk about actual facts. You will hear me discuss the matter. Right? You know what it looks like happens whenever Meek Mills has a disagreement with somebody? He doesn't even discuss the matter. Meek Mill's thing is always, he's Meek Mills, he's a boss, you not, so your word don't matter. I'm not trying to be funny, but Meek Mills is one of them dudes that his own people gonna end up doing something to him. That's just how he comes off to me. He comes off to me like the gangster dude in the movie that always ends up getting shot in the back by one of his most closest advisors. That's how he comes off to me. DZ says Joe Budden needs to be on there. He's a podcaster in there. Nope, Joe Budden. If I was Joe Budden, I'd steer clear. Joe Budden gonna go do that for free? He gonna go help those guys for free? Sound like they sensible? Nope, I'd steer clear if I was Joe Budden. I'd steer clear. Nah, leave you alone. I'm let y'all go in there and make a fool out of yourself. Because if I get on there with you, y'all gonna make me look like I'm a fool. People from a distance can't tell who is who. We ain't doing that. We ain't getting on there with you. I don't even think it's emotion at this point that's going on with whatever the hell's happening. Oh, man. So now I have to kick somebody actively in real time out of the jump off. Boom. Okay, I thought that was somebody saying some weirdo shit, but they wasn't. I want to apologize. I don't know if he's a control freak. I don't know if he's a control freak. I mean, he might be. Don't get me confused, large man. I'm just saying, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't know. It seems like there's something going on there. And it might just be a psychological condition. It might just be, like everybody keeps saying he's emotional. I don't think he's not emotional. I think that he just doesn't know how to use his emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we feel a certain way, we should tap into that strength. I don't think he knows how to tap into that strength, so it's everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? I just think it's everywhere. Like, he doesn't know how to tap into the strength. Like, there's strength in emotion, whether it's anger, whether it's hate, whether it's love. There's strength in emotion. You understand what I'm saying? There's strength in it. I think he doesn't know how to tap into that strength, so it's just erratic and it's everywhere. I also don't think he knows how to properly explain himself when he speaks. And I think that he focuses on shit that don't matter. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's just my opinion. Like the beef he has with Akademiks, we all know what that beef is about. He could say it's about he's getting people killed in the street, but no, nigga, that's not what it's about. It's about when you was going at Drake, Akademiks wasn't on your side. Nigga, you got flamed and you blaming Akademiks for it. You blaming Akademiks like it's Akademiks' fault that you messed around with Drake and Drake damn near ended your career and then he had to revive your career. Because remember, Drake revived his career. It was a wrap for Meek. Let's not forget that. So Meek, stop talking about you a boss. You lost a rap battle and you almost lost your whole career. Alright? These are facts. This is not nobody making nothing up. You could call homeboy. He called homeboy Pops a rat, and then he called him a pussy. You know what homeboy should have said? That's why Drake ethered your ass. That's what he should have said. Just like that. That's why Drake ethered you. And then he saved your career. He threw you a life vest. Get out of here. Fuck you talking about? You see, that nigga talk to me like that. I don't care how much more money than me you got. None of that matter. You know where I live. I told you I'm in fucking Times Square, Holiday Inn, you rat bastard. What you gonna do about it? You know why? Because people like you just throw threats. What you gonna do about it? You gonna pull up on me because I don't agree with you on the internet, nigga? I would have fucking... Meek would have cried after he would have got off the fucking phone with me. Yeah, I'm not gonna put that up to DeAndre Willis Sr., but I'm pretty sure he said that. Meek would have cried. Meek would have cried after he got off the phone with me. He would have got off of that fucking clubhouse. Meek would have went somewhere and balled up in a damn ball. Think I'm playing. I ain't playing with these fools. I don't think any artist should go on Clubhouse. I think it's a trap. I do this shit for a living. It's a trap. I don't think any artist should go on Clubhouse unless they're on there with somebody who knows how to fucking do this shit. They was on there with DJ Akademiks, and instead they let motherfucking this guy run the damn chat. And that's why that shit sound crazy. And that's why everybody talking over the top of each other. You had somebody on there that know what they're doing. Instead, you let Meek run the show. What the fuck? Shout out to DeAndre Willis Sr. with the $10 drop. DeAndre Willis Sr. will already be sitting in the saloon tonight. We're doing saloon tonight. If you want to be in the saloon, when the saloon open, do your drops now. If you want to be in the saloon, and he got... Wait, hold on. Is he looking at people? Hold on. I think DeAndre Willis Sr. is calling somebody out. He's like, where you sapsuckers at? Where the drops at? Jake from State Farm. I'm going to tell y'all something. Hold on. He said, in respectful disagreement with you, Jack, Meek does know how to use his emotions because the type of... No, he doesn't. Just because he knows how to emote well when he makes music, that doesn't mean that he knows how to use his emotions in regular conversation. There's a difference when you have a script and then you have opportunity to, oh man, I missed that mark, let's do it again. And when you have to say something live and you have to get it the first time, there's a difference. All right? There's a reason why Greenie is the freaking got that spot he got on Sports Center. where he got the Get Up show. There's a reason for that, because that is not easy. There's a reason why everybody gets Joe Budden to do their podcasts and to do what Joe Budden do, because that's not easy. Having the opportunity to mess up and then do it over again, mess up and do it over again, mess up and do it over again, like you do when you record music, is totally different than when you sitting there live in front of somebody and you gotta hit your mark. It's a difference, in my opinion. But if you don't think there's no difference in somebody being able to do something 20, 30 times and get it right, and another person having to do it one time and hit that mark because there is no second chance, if you don't think there's no difference, then that's your right. You could think that there's no difference. I think there's a difference. DC said they need an app called Playhouse for the ladies in the night room. Nobody noticed that this Clubhouse started getting popular when people started saying they're not going to DJ Vlad no more. They might start using Clubhouse to get people locked up and put in jail. You better recognize they might start using Clubhouse like they've been using Vlad. You already got Meek Mill on there saying stupid shit like he know where people live and he gonna have people pull up. I don't trust nobody that throw threats. If you one of them dudes that stay throwing threats all the time, I don't believe you. Okay, I'm going to accept this. I'm going to assume at some time in the future you're going to try to disrupt the show with some bullshit, so I'm not going to show who that is. DeAndre Willis says, I'm not following Meek Mill because his vibes is like a bag of cats and pots and pans falling down the stairs. I don't understand fucking Meek, man. But Meek does not know how to use his emotion. As soon as Meek start feeling an emotion, he leans all the way into it. All the way into it. So it's everywhere. It's sporadic. It's just... there's no precision. You know how we do the show, right? I have to hit my mark when I'm telling y'all something. I have moments to think of the thing and even less time than that to speak it. And I can't mess up and say, hold on, let me do that again. And then try to do it a different way. That's what these dudes aren't getting about Clubhouse. That's why Tekashi 6ix9ine's interview with Shade Room didn't work. Because as dope as Shade Room is dope. I'm not in no way disrespecting those people. They work hard. That's not something that's in their bag of tricks. That's all I'm saying. I'm pretty sure something like Clubhouse was created for the feds. 100%. I'm pretty sure when you go on Clubhouse, they got your location. I'm pretty sure whenever you go on Clubhouse, they have your location. They know exactly where you at. Just like when you open up Instagram. Something for the minds. Something to think about. Think about that. Every time you open up Instagram, they know right where you at. Once again, follow Dr. Boyce Watkins if you want any kind of financial advice. They do financial stuff. Real Sports Talk says Akademiks will end up signing a deal with them. His numbers are still the highest on that app. I'm never surprised when Akademiks get extremely high numbers because his community shows up. Akademiks community want to hang out with Akademiks all day, and that's dope. Not for nothing. I remember when we used to do the laundromat jump offs, and we doing a laundromat. We have 200-300 people in here. I think people just like seeing how I interact with individuals in public, to be honest with you. Remember that one time we was doing the laundromat thing and that one dude was trying to act like he was trying to pull up on my crib, talking about he was outside my house. I was at the fucking laundromat nigga on live. Like, what are you lying about? Remember that? Keandre Willisina says the disclaimer states all of that plus gives them immunity if you say some wild shit. I believe it. I believe it. I think people like Meek needs to stay. Just my opinion. I could be wrong. And then I want to move on to King Vaughn and to Lil Durk. But just my opinion. I think freaking Meek Mills needs to just stay off of all social media, and I don't even think he should get interviewed. I don't think anyone can help Meek Mills when it comes to. He needs full media training. Like they need to sit Meek Mill down and send him to school. Like Meek Mill needs media training like that. Like, not just get him a person to talk to, but he needs media training where he goes to actual professors and learns how to speak in public and learns. He needs to go take communication classes. He needs to go, like, for real. I'm not. It sound like I'm joking, but I'm dead ass. What up, world famous Peter? He says, sometimes public interaction is good because people from around the country can see what New York looks like if they can't get there. Good morning, Jack Frost. Appreciate you. That's a fact. DZ said fake flexing. Yeah, that dude was fake flexing. Fuck wrong with you. Then he had the other dude with him talking about they both pulled up. That's why I'm like, you can't believe these niggas on YouTube, man. You can't believe a lot of these dudes on YouTube. You just can't. They really faking. Black Cuddy said the BBA community want to hang out all day also, Jack. Alright, good to know. When we get the team bigger and we could do more things and I could get out of doing some of the things that I'm doing currently because I'm able to hire other people to do them, maybe we try to be online more. No, Meek is not the only one. I just think that Meek is the biggest. He's making the most mistakes currently. I don't know. I do not want to talk about no other YouTube content creators. I don't know about nothing that happened with no one. Please do not come and ask me about any YouTube content creators. I know nothing about what happened to no one. I don't even want to say people names because all the people going to do is use that as a reason to start arguing with me. His judge should have made him do media training. I don't know if he did it. He might have just not. It might have not take. Don't see Beyonce interviews. Exactly. You don't see Beyonce come out to the public and when she drop a clothing line. What up, Miss Juicy Reviews? I don't even know why you just brought that YouTube content creator up, to be honest with you. We ain't doing that. Please don't bring up no other YouTube content creators. If I even say somebody's name, I'm going to be in a 2-year beef with a nigga. I don't got time for that. I'm not trying to do that type of shit. Them niggas, let them niggas stay in the mud. Whoever, stay in the mud and make it so that they, lower their ceiling. I don't think Meek Mills need a better management team. I think Meek Mills needs a management team. I think Meek Mills is just one of those people that just thinks that they just know what they're doing and they don't know what they're doing. I think Meek Mills is the type of person that you could tell them exactly what to do, but because their comprehension skills might be limited, they don't want to admit that they don't know something, that instead of making sure that, one, they understood clearly what you said, they're not gonna want to say nothing. They're just gonna pretend like they know. And two, no, I'm not being sensitive. I don't want nobody saying no other YouTube content creators in here. So I ask you to not do it. You can do what you want to do though. And I don't even want to discuss this, but you can do what you want to do. He needs extreme media training. I think that he just needs, I think there's something going on up here with Meek Mills, just in general. He said Meek Mills got that let's split a crayon energy. There's something going on up here with Meek Mills, just in general. I don't think Meek Mills is more accepted than Buck. I think Buck knows that whenever he comes out, he's gonna get clowned. That chick messed up his image. That dude or whoever that was messed up his image, and I think that he just knows he's gonna be clowned, so he tries to stay out of the limelight. All right. Boom. I think it's just young Buck needs to stay out of the limelight. I think that's the issue. I'm gonna tell you, just from me literally going to school and taking communications classes, me literally going to school taking psychology classes, me literally going to school taking classes basically on public relations matters and things as such. Yeah, I just kicked that dude. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And things as such, right? I'm telling you, I can look at some of these artists and I could tell you who has public relations people that they're working with and who don't. I could tell you who has public relations people that they're working with and who ain't, and they ain't listening to them. I could tell you. Y'all do know most of the advice I give here comes straight from my college, right? This ain't stuff I'm just thinking up. Most of the advice that I give on this channel comes directly straight from a textbook. Just so we can be clear. Especially when I'm talking about, I think this person in the media should do this. I think this rapper should do this. I think, yeah, Bags. I just kicked that dude. Hold on, let's play the Bag song. I don't got the new one lit up, so we just gotta get demonetized today. Let's play the Bag song for homeboy.
Somebody already got kicked. Dope. Somebody already got kicked. Dope.
Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing. Cuckoo. And get thrown out the conversation. Throw up two fingers and tell them, please don't keep the drama away. Bye. Donate to the cause and hit the cash app. And if you ain't got it, them likes are free. Go and smash that. BBN. Hit that with a hashtag. Sick with the content. Come around and need a hazmat. Jack Frost. Yeah, you dudes need to back off. He got the work around here. Yeah, we all tip our hats off. Keep the same name. That's what you point for. But if you coming back in, put a 2.0. Big bags. And you asking what they heavy for? Foot and ass be going hella crazy with the petty wars. Good conversation, that's what we be really ready for. Good conversation like being on the bottom of a heavy whore. Nah. Why niggas be like that? I unsubscribe and tell them, yo, hey, I'll be right back. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing.
Yeah, Bags. We just kicked that guy straight out the door. We don't got time for that. We hold those over here. Who the fuck is that dude? Hold on. Can we get Bags in the chat? Y'all don't see it, but somebody got hit with Bags. Can we get all the Bags? Yeah, so homeboy sent a drop, right? Let me tell you what happened. Homeboy sent the drop with a comment that I'm not gonna reread. He sent the drop, $1 drop, and the shit said accept payment. Whenever I see a drop come and it say accept payment, I don't trust it. Whenever I see a drop come that's $1, I don't trust it. That means that you're not really here. You know what I'm saying? You don't really fuck with me. You feel me? So I don't trust them. So whenever I see somebody send a drop and it's $1, I don't trust it. Whenever I see somebody send a drop and that shit say accept, I don't trust it. What up, Everett Gilchrist? Somebody said something. Said, world famous Peter says, 99.9% of my advice you've ever, of any advice you've ever given has either been from experience, so that other people don't make the same mistakes. A lot of my things that I say, that's just regular life advice, usually is from experience. Let's not get that confused. But I'm saying a lot of the advice that I give when I be talking about what celebrities should and shouldn't do, that comes straight from textbooks. That comes straight from when I was in college. A lot of that shit. Like a large percentage of it. It comes straight out of textbooks. That's why you think I be telling y'all what's going to happen. Why do you think I be telling y'all what's going to happen? I've been doing this for a long time. Way before I got on YouTube. I'm going to tell y'all a funny story. You want to know what one of my favorite things that some of my family members like to say to me when they get mad at me? You can't tell the future. That's their favorite thing to say to me. You can't tell the future. Because I be sitting there. And I be telling the motherfucker exactly what they about to do. I'm like, I already know what you're going to do. You're going to do that bullshit. And then I'll say what it is that they're about to do. And then they get mad. They say you can't tell the future. And then they go do the thing that I said that they was going to do. Or I started after a while, I stopped telling them. I just be quiet and I just prepare myself for the thing I know that they're gonna go do. Then they go try to do the fucking bullshit and it don't work because I've been prepared. So, you know, shout out to that. Yeah, he in the graveyard now. Shout out to him. He was trying to get me into an argument with a whole nother YouTube content creator. We're not doing that. Don't say nobody's name in here if you don't hear me talking about them. If you don't hear me bring up somebody's name or speak on them, don't bring them up. Because all they want, they'll come. Let me explain to you something real quick and then we're going to move on. But I want to tell you what some YouTube content, what happens. It won't even be the content creator, but people from his community will be like, they don't like you. So they want that person to beef with you. Maybe it'll be a whole nother YouTube channel. Look, he came back with a whole nother account. Maybe they in a whole nother YouTube channel and they just want to see drama between two people. They just want to interrupt your life. So what they'll do is they'll come into your channel, pretend to be somebody from somebody else's community, pretend to be the person or say the person's name. And then no matter what you say, as soon as you speak that person's name, they're going to go back to that individual and create a beef. Oh, I kick that dude immediately. Whenever I see that name, I'm kicking it. I'm not even reading the comment. What are you talking about? I'm not going to read that guy's comment. I'm just going to kick him. We already know he's kicked. So I don't care how many times he come back with different names, with different similar names. He's kicked. Go bring back another similar name. He's kicked right off the rip. Now let's ignore him. All admins. You see that names pop up like that? Kick him. He's a dub. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you the funny thing. People be like, yo, why should anybody donate money to your channel? First of all, time is money, homie. So if you don't even like me and you here wasting your time being here, you already giving me your money, because time is money. Yeah, any name that comes up with that looking like that, similar to that, just kick them. We'll worry about all we sort that out later. What up, Gloria Austin? We sort that out later. Nobody got time for that. Anyway, Meek Mill's 100% needs to stay off of the internet. At this point, I wouldn't even try to get him media training. I'm going to keep it a whole stack with you. At this point, I wouldn't even try to get him media training. At this point, I say, look, Meek Mills, we need you to stay off of the internet. What up, Brooklyn? We need you to stay off of the internet. This is not working out for you. This is not something that you're good at. You are not a good enough artist to keep doing this. You're costing the rest of us money because we've invested in you. So Meek Mills is living in Atlanta now, right? Does Meek Mills do any shows? Does he go to any clubs, or he just in Atlanta? Anybody hear about Meek Mills opening up any, not opening up, anybody hear about Meek Mills, you know, having parties in the clubs down there and stuff like that for income? Or he's just in Atlanta? You see what I'm saying? These people gotta all be trolls. Whoever that is apologizing on IG, that ain't Meek Mills. Ever think about management? I don't really want to be nobody's manager. Shout out to Brooklyn with the $4.99 drop. He says, big facts, he too emotional. If he had corporate deals, he would be done. I don't think Meek Mills could be the face of any corporation or organization due to the fact that he's not accessible enough. Okay, so what's Meek Mill's image? Somebody tell me what's Meek Mill's image. Anybody knows what Meek Mill's image is? Anybody have an idea of what Meek Mill's image is? What's his image? Anybody has an idea? Exactly. Meek Mills doesn't have an image. He doesn't have an image. Tell me what Meek Mill's image is. Meek Mills does not have an image. So how's he going to be corporately sponsoring anything? He doesn't even have an image. Okay, I'm not even getting into that conversation, Crisis Black, because that's way too far about from what we're talking about. Nicki's ex-boyfriend. He doesn't have any image. What image does he have? Am I wrong? Hold on. Am I wrong? He doesn't have an image. They tried to get him an image when he was messing around with Nicki Minaj. For whatever the reason is, that didn't work. He doesn't have an image. In contrast, you know how much corporate sponsoring Akademiks could do? A ton. Shit, he should. I don't even understand how he already doesn't have some kind of deal with like a fast food restaurant. I don't even understand how he doesn't have a deal with McDonald's yet. Akademiks should have had him deal with McDonald's 2 years ago. Just so we can be clear. Around the time that Akademiks started with the with Joe Budden went and scooped up Akademiks and they started doing that show that I can't remember the name of right now. Akademiks should have got a contacted fucking McDonald's immediately. His image is Gargamel from the Smurfs. I know what? That's pretty spot on. I could see Akademiks being a corporate sponsor for 7-Eleven, being a corporate sponsor for McDonald's. I can see this. I can see Akademiks being a corporate sponsor for almost any food place because of his fan base alone. Everyday struggle. Appreciate you. Fan base alone. I'm talking about shit that's gonna have him in commercials, by the way. I don't know what sponsorship deals he might have as far as brand ambassador shit. I'm talking about billboards. Meek Mill can't be jail reform if he's outside talking about how he gonna have the goons run up on niggas and cause he know where they live. So Meek Mill's image cannot be jail reform. Meek Mill's, every time he gets into a dispute with somebody, he talking about snitches. You cannot be for jail reform and you still out here talking about snitching. Because if you're for jail reform, you also have to be for no one committing crimes. Right? You can't be for people committing crimes, but also for jail reform. If you're against jail reform, if you're for jail reform, you also have to be against people committing crimes. Get it? Meek Mills is just a little dude. I made it big. That's it. Meek Mills is the reason why a lot of us, it takes us, a lot of us, harder for us to get to where we need to go sometimes, or we feel that way. Because when you let somebody like Meek Mills up in there, this is the type of energy you get. This is the type of stuff that happens. This is the type of energy you get. This is the type of stuff that happens. You can't let somebody in the room that don't know how to conduct or carry themselves when they leave that room. Meek Mill's a Starscream from the Decepticons. I could see that too. But didn't I say some weirdo shit like that about him before? Meek Mills is like single ply toilet paper. I'm gonna agree. Although I'm also gonna encourage everybody to also, besides using dry toilet paper, also use some kind of wet naps. But definitely single ply on a burrito day. Meek Mills isn't changing any laws. There's people that want laws changed and they're using Meek Mills as a face. Meek Mills isn't nowhere writing out documents. Meek Mills isn't anywhere reading books. Meek Mills isn't anywhere advocating. Okay, he's not doing any of this. They tell Meek Mills to show up for a photo op. He shows up. Rule don't nobody see them dots. Jones says Meek using he's the boss talk, and he probably is, but the other rappers think because it's been. Do you see that when because I can't, you gotta write that a little bit better, homie. Do you see when Meek is talking on the jump off and people are like, oh Lord, like they already know, oh man, this damn Meek, oh man, nah, not now, Meek, not now. Okay, Meek using he's the boss talk, and he probably is. Okay. Meek using he's the boss talk, and he probably is. But the other rappers think, because he's been seen with Jay-Z and Robert Kraft, he's higher in the game. But he's just like the other rappers, they just don't know. If you had punctuation, that sentence would have been lit. They just don't know. I'm going to agree with you. Oh, I was able to read it. Rue. That sentence was lit. It was the punctuation. I was like, where's the punctuation? Meek Mills is the short bus waiting to happen. People need to, whenever they walk, when you go have a conversation with Meek Mills, you need to have a giant short bus emoji that's like on one of the sticks, like the fans that you have when you at church, or like when you're gonna go bid, like at an auction. And every time Meek Mills say some short bus shit, you should just raise it up. Like, look, man, stop. We're not doing this today, Meek. Today, not today, Meek. Not today. Short bus all day. Not today, Meek. That's when Meek Mills should come out with short bus merch. Sure, it's a sweater with his short bus on that bitch. One window. Meek Mills should come out with short bus merch. You need a lift? It should say you need a lift right under it. Crisis Black says, breaking down Meek Mill's latest rant and his many contradictions, he talks about causing funerals and having dudes hit, then complains about not getting positive press. He want to be Nino bound. He's just a little kid. He's just a little kid, man. Meek Mills is just a little kid, man. He's never gonna get along with DJ Akademiks, because DJ Akademiks is smarter than him. And I think that's one of the reasons why he don't like DJ Akademiks. You're never gonna get along with somebody who has a little child's mentality and they look at you like you the smart kid in class. You're never gonna get along with them. So I'm telling you from personal experience, never. It's just impossible. Because their way of them getting along with you is by them shitting on you and being over you and you praising them and you thinking that when they shit on you, it's okay. And Akademiks isn't going to go for that. Akademiks is a whole West Indian. What the hell are you talking about? What up, Watts Games? Yeah, Arrested Development, man. That's a fact. You're a little kid, man. Tell me where I'm wrong. Y'all hear it when he talk? Who in here heard Meek Mills have an intelligent conversation? I'm just asking. Who in here can say that they witnessed Meek Mills at an interview anywhere speaking intelligently? Just one person. Is anybody? Has anybody witnessed Meek Mills having an intelligent conversation, even if it was an interview? Because that's where we're going to hear him speak most of the time. Does anyone? Anyone? Because I've personally never seen Meek Mills have an intelligent conversation. Shout out to him, though. I could just see Meek Mills walking into like a party right now with a whole fucking, with a bike helmet on. I'm just saying. I could just see Meek Mills walking in with a bike helmet on and shit. Niggas making sure they get him to a seat. So I don't know about Meek. Shout out to Meek though. I don't know about that guy. I just be looking at Meek. Nigga do shit. I just be looking like, fuck it. Like everybody else is cool with it. Like, you ever been somewhere and there's a person that they obviously there's something wrong with them, but everybody is ignoring it, and you just like, fuck it. Everybody else is cool with this shit. I am not gonna rock the boat. That's like with the Meek Mill situation, man. That's a Meek Mill situation, man. He's just a little kid, man. I can't take you seriously if me and you were having a debate on something and you start talking about shit that don't got nothing to do with what we talking about. I can't take you seriously. We talking about a thing and I'm trying to stay on point so we could talk about the thing, but you start talking about shit that don't got nothing to do with what we talking about. I can't take you seriously. So you started this whole conversation with me knowing that I was right. So you just want to waste my time. This is what I'm thinking. So you just want to waste my time. You started this whole entire conversation with me knowing I was right. Because if you didn't know that I was right, right? If you didn't know I was right, you'd still be trying to argue the points that we're talking about. But you knew I was right. So that's why you want to change the conversation to something else. So you knew I was right the whole entire time. You just wasting my time. It's a Capri Sun. He's walking around with a damn Capri Sun talking about he want to put the straw in. That's the best part. Meek Mills wouldn't go in a room with Mike Tyson. What are you talking about? You think Meek Mills will go in a room with Mike Tyson? I'm going to tell you what Meek Mills does. This is what Meek Mills try to do. And this is why Meek Mills will be making a point about something, but it'll have nothing to do with what they're talking about. I don't trust people who do this, by the way. I'm going to tell you what he does. I don't trust people who do this. You'll be in a debate with Meek Mills about something, and he'll talk about some shit that don't got nothing to do with what y'all talking about, but he'll be right about that thing. So I know people who do this. These people, I do not trust them. I'm telling you right now, I do not trust people who do this. Hold on. If you see somebody, I'm wiping my nose. If you see somebody doing this, do not trust them. They are not trustworthy. I'm not talking about whether they're bad people or good people. That's up to you to decide. But when you see somebody do this thing that I'm explaining, they are not trustworthy. They are 100% not trustworthy. You're having a debate with somebody. You're talking about a thing, a disagreement, whatever it might be. They start talking about some shit that don't got nothing to do with what you're talking about, but about the thing they're talking about, they're right about. And then what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to make it sound like since they're right about that thing that don't got nothing to do with what you're talking about, they're also right about the thing that they're talking about with what you're talking about. That's called gaslighting. If you know anyone that's doing that, do not trust them. Whether you think they're good people or not, that's on you. I'm not talking about if they're good people or not. I think they're not good people. But if you see somebody doing that, that's gaslighting. Do not trust them. They will destroy your life. And not even think nothing of it, because they don't think nothing of you. And I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to say, let me talk, so they can talk about the thing that don't got nothing to do with what y'all talking about. You get it? Those are wrong and strong niggas. The more wrong they are, the more strong they're going to be. The more wrong they are, the louder they're going to yell. The more wrong they are, they're going to want to talk for like 20 minutes so you can forget what the conversation is. So while they're doing that, you know what I'm doing? I'm not even paying attention to what they're talking about. Once I see they're talking about something totally different, all I'm doing is focusing on what the conversation is about. I'm making sure I don't lose my spot. I don't even care about what you're talking about. Just like you don't care about what we're talking about, I don't care about what you're talking about. I'm going to stay on point. So while you're doing this whole entire tirade about whatever you're talking about, I don't care about that. What about isms? That's a fact. But it's gaslighting. I'm going to keep my mind focused on the thing that we're supposed to be talking about. I don't even care about you being right about that other thing that don't mean nothing. That has nothing to do with this conversation. Yep, and I know what you're going to do. I got a brother who do that. I know what you're going to do. You're going to try to talk for 20 minutes so you can try to change the conversation because I'm right. Yep, that's why I don't trust you. Don't trust you. Don't trust the shit out of you. Don't trust you at all. None. Beware of people who do that to you. Because they know they're wrong. They know you're right. They just don't think much of you. They don't think you shit. They don't think you're worth anything. You understand what I'm saying? They know you right. They know they wrong. They just don't think nothing of you. They think very low of you. That's what Meek Mills does. No, I'm saying whenever you're having a conversation about something and somebody just bring up some shit that don't got nothing to do with what y'all talking about, they know you're right. They trying to gaslight you. They trying to say that since they're right about something that don't got nothing to do with what we're talking about, that they're also right about that thing that y'all talking about, even though the two things don't got nothing to do with one another. That's what Meek Mills did to Akademiks. Nobody caught that shit. When Meek Mills was arguing with Akademiks for that like 20 minutes or whatever that was, that's what Meek Mills was doing. Meek Mills was getting caught and Akademiks was 100% right. And then so Meek Mills will talk about some whole other shit that don't got nothing to do with the conversation. And since he's right about that, now he's also supposed to be right about the thing that him and Akademiks was talking about when Akademiks was right? Yeah, very low level. Pay attention to people who do that to you. That's all I'm saying. Just pay attention. Pay attention to people that always want you to feel like you don't know what you're talking about. Pay attention. Why you think that when somebody come in here and they try to question me on something, or you think I be on it? That's why I be on it. I lived in a situation for a majority of my life when no matter what I said, if I told you the sky was blue, I would get argued at. And then those same idiots will go and destroy our lives because they couldn't let me be right about nothing. So they'll go do the thing that they was gonna go do and destroy our lives. Like just do the wrong thing, mess up business deals, everything. Just because I couldn't be right. So be mindful of these type of people. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what Meek Mills is. Meek Mills just got lucky because he got fortunate, because at the time that Meek Mills came out, I think they thought Meek Mills was gonna really like change the rap game. I'm keeping it a stack. I think they thought Meek Mills was gonna change the rap game. Those first couple of songs that Meek Mills came out with, especially the ones that he got with Rick Ross, some shits is fire. I'm not sure what happened to Meek. Maybe everybody keeps saying he popped too many perks and now his brain don't work right. I don't know what happened to Meek in regards to his lyrical skill. I don't know what Meek problem is. Yeah, I'm not trying to get on that other shit. I'm just trying to explain to y'all. Be mindful of when you come across individuals that everything you say is wrong. There's a good chance you're not wrong. There's a good chance that they just lack self-confidence to be able to admit when somebody else is right. They don't have enough self-esteem. You know, it takes a lot of self-esteem to be able to admit that you're wrong about something. That's why I tell people, whenever you think I'm wrong about something, tell me how. Tell me how. Don't tell me that. I don't need to know that I'm wrong. Tell me how I'm wrong. That's the important part. I don't think it has nothing to do with hunger. I think that Meek Mill, well, it might have something to do with hunger. Pardon me. Shout out to New York Silver Stacker. It might have something to do with hunger. Don't get me confused. But what I'm saying is I just don't think he okay, so even when I'm not hungry for something, I could operate at a really high level. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even when I'm not pushing to be my best at something, I could still operate at a really, really high level. I don't think Meek Mills has that ability to just be able to operate at a high level. I think in order for Meek Mills to be able to operate at a high level, he has to be focused. And I just don't think Meek Mills get focused. Do you hear his conversations? All right, they're everywhere. Akademiks, what was the thing Akademiks said and Meek Mill said it, and he's like, you a liar. Akademiks immediately called him a liar. But then the next thing that Meek Mills wanted to go back to was those kids in Chicago. I ain't Meek, but there's people that should have beef with Akademiks about the shit in Chicago. It ain't you. You shouldn't be. Like, the main people that should be angry at the whole War on Chirac series ain't you, Meek. It ain't you. So you just using reasons to be angry at DJ Akademiks. You just coming up with reasons to be angry at DJ Akademiks. That's what you're doing? Because those aren't reasons why Meek should be as angry as he is. He should be angry. He should be upset. Don't get me confused. But what I'm saying is, I think Meek is he's overly, like, he's too angry. Like I said, like he shouldn't have an emotional connection to that. Is that a better way to put it? I did the thing already. Appreciate you, James S. I did the thing already. I did it this morning. Thank you, James S. I appreciate you. Focused or around the right type of people. He was at his best when he was around Rick Ross. I'm going to agree with you. But you got to understand. Alright, so this is the best way I could put it. I'm fortunate. I know a lot of talented people. If I ever actually get to the next level or the next step, or I'm able to progress from where we're at right now, reasonably, I know a lot of talented people. I grew up in the hood, in Concourse Village, with a lot of talented people. There's people that I could go and be like, yo, there's this thing that I'm trying to do. I need some talent. I just know a lot of talented people, just in general, right? So I'm fortunate. Not everybody has had that luxury. Not everybody has had the luxury of knowing a lot of talented people. So maybe part of his problem is he's around people that they don't have no aspirations of themselves. They don't have their own aspirations of what they want to do and what they want to be. Maybe the highest thing you could be to them is a rapper. To me, the highest thing that I can be is not a rapper, and it damn sure ain't this. But you got people that they believe that their ceiling is a thing. So maybe that's part of the issue. Maybe part of the issue is Meek doesn't have the ability to be around individuals who could push him. Nicki right now, I want to explain something to you. Nicki right now is with a dude that was not industry or nothing. So whatever happened with Meek and Nicki, I'm going to put that on Meek. Whatever happened with Meek and Nicki, I'm going to put that on Meek. I'm going to put that on Meek. Whatever happened between Meek and Nicki. And if you noticed, after Meek and Nicki broke up, Nicki stopped doing shows. All her shows kept getting fucked up. Like her tickets wouldn't sell and stuff like that. If you notice. I just want to throw that out there. Anybody else notice that? After Meek and Nicki broke up, that's when it seemed like Nicki was just absolutely blackballed out of the industry. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. After Nicki and Meek broke up, then all of a sudden Nicki Minaj tours don't sell out. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Meek Mills was just talking about how they be blackballing people. Exactly. Is that a world tour, your girl tour? That's proof that when Nicki and Meek was together, her tours was selling out. World tours. Then all of a sudden, after they not together no more, now all of a sudden she can't sell out tours? You just heard Meek talking about what they did to Tekashi. You trying to tell me that they didn't do the same thing to Nicki? Nicki didn't have a similar situation? That's what you telling me? Is that what you're telling me? Also, you know who friends? Nicki and Tekashi. Why they aligned? Oh, the same people hate them. The same people hate them. That's probably why they aligned. You'd be surprised about how much shit I be knowing. I don't say nothing. I don't say nothing. I be knowing a lot of shit. So I think sometimes when artists be seeing me in person, they don't know what I know. And so sometimes they be a little apprehensive. Or they be like wondering why I'm apprehensive. Do I know something about them? Yeah, I don't think Meek is mentally strong. Okay, you'll see a person who is a mentally strong individual have a breakdown or two. We don't know what anybody is going through. But Meek Mill's in a situation where he shouldn't be having any breakdowns. Meek Mills has billionaire friends, millionaire friends. He's apparently a millionaire himself. If Meek Mills wanted to generate money, he could drop an album or a song. Right? Do Meek Mills even go on IG and post with clothes on? Cause you know I don't follow Meek. Hold on. Let's see something. I don't even know if Meek Mills has an IG anymore. Does he? Cause he turns all of his stuff off all the time. Alright, so he be posting on IG. Do I follow him? Yeah, I follow him. Okay, I do not believe this. Here goes Meek right here playing a game of chess. I don't believe this shit. Hold on. This is Meek Mills right here playing a game of chess. Who think Meek won? I gotta cut my nails. Here go Meek Mills playing chess. Who think Meek Mill won? Fuck out of here. Meek Mill was moving his fucking his rook like a fucking knight. He was like, no, Meek, a straight line. He was like, it's Akademiks' fault. That's a fact. I never had a Robert Kraft in my circle. Shout out to LB the Slap. Do anybody got that heavy bag video? You can send it to me. If you have that Meek Mill's heavy bag video, please send it to me, somebody. He was not winning in no chess. Get out of here, Meek. Nobody believed that. Don't nobody believe that, Meek. Nobody believes that. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. We almost 2 hours in. I'm gonna let y'all go. Appreciate y'all having everybody pulled up today. Want to have an open discussion, just talk shit. Oh wait, can't go yet. I told y'all the wrong numbers the other day. Little Durk. I think I told y'all Little Durk sold 29,000 first day. It was 23,000. But I want to point something out. I was wrong. That's one of the reasons why. One thing I want to point out, I was wrong. I think I said 29,000 first day. It was 23,000. But you see how I missed? I didn't miss the hate. I didn't miss the hate. You feel me? Rat bastards. I didn't miss the hate. I missed giving benefit of the doubt with something positive, like on the positive end rather than on the negative end. So I want to say something else. 23K first day. Who think that's a win? I'm curious. Meek caught a foul on the castle. He was like, yo, that's a foul, man. What do you mean that's a foul? Nobody got time for me. 20, I wanted to clarify that. It was 23K first day. I believe I told y'all 25 or 29K first day. It was 23K. I wanted to make sure I cleared that up. All I gotta say is, Durk, next time you get together with somebody to do a scheme, don't let it be Meek. With that being said, yo, look, I love y'all. Everybody, enjoy y'all day. Go out there, do something nice for somebody. Doing something nice for somebody doesn't mean being somebody's sucker. Doing something nice for somebody doesn't mean giving somebody a last. Doing something nice for somebody means having the opportunity to do something to make somebody else's life a little bit easier, and then you doing it. It doesn't mean you doing something that's gonna put you in a bad situation. I am in no way am I ever trying to encourage anybody to put themselves in a bad situation for the benefit of another person. That's on you. That's your own decision-making process. But what I do want to encourage is when we do have the ability to do something good for somebody, do it. Why not? And this is literally coming from a person that I can barely go outside. It's been getting better lately. Yeah, shout out to I'm not gonna lie, shout out to the NYPD because they always in front of the building. But it's been getting better lately. But literally can't go outside. Like it's crazy. I'm not that famous, man. Anyway, yeah, look, I love y'all. Please go out there, be productive, do something helpful for others. 29K first day, but it was actually 23K, by the way. It was actually 23K. I was wrong. It was 23K, not 29K. I think I said 29 or 25. I'm not 100% sure. With that being said, I appreciate y'all. Happy that y'all came pulled up. I would say go get some flowers for the old lady or something, but I'm pretty sure y'all bought a lot of gifts over the weekend. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one.